film me? I have fallen 4 times today.
You're making a film that is documenting her journey with cancer and her journey to Everest.
So we're in Cedar Breaks, Utah, higher than 10,000 feet. We're cross-country skiing, and it's just beautiful up here. When I was first diagnosed in 2006, I was running a software company. I had a little boy at home who had just started kindergarten, and I had an incredibly stressful life. And suddenly with my diagnosis, it was as if the rug got pulled out from under me. I was terrified, I was depressed. It was just all overwhelming. All I kept thinking of was him. And I kept imagining him without a mom.
Obviously that's a big hole, that you're missing in your life, so.
Yeah, you can't sugarcoat that, really. Over 12 years, I had 6 treatments. We are hiking in Hondo Canyon on January 13th.
3.6 miles uphill, well done.
So I was 6 years into my fight, and I heard about it through the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, through a documentary film I was invited to see.
This is taking the patient's own immune cells, and you teach them a new trick. You re-engineer them to redirect them, to force them to see nothing else than lymphoma cells.
It's basically allowed us to reawaken the patient's own immune system to find and attack and eliminate the cancer. Now, it's been a 20-year journey. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has put about $70 million to work.
And I remember the lights turned on, and I leaned to Ben and Gus, and I said, if I can just stay alive till this thing comes out, this could do it.
It really was her last resort, and I don't really want to think about what are the other options she had, because I don't know that she really had any other options.
So when the CAR T cells came around, it was the right approach for her.
Had to do it because I was dead. The lymphoma would have killed me. So they harvested probably around 1 million of my T cells. They grew it in the lab for a month and probably grew it into about 1 billion cells. And then on day 0, they bring those cells back to you and they infuse them directly into your bloodstream.
The more tumor there is, the more excited the CAR T cells get, the more effective they are, but also the more side effects you run into.
What she went through is quite traumatic. I mean, she had hallucinations, she had to be put in a coma. That's terrifying for the patient, the family, the clinical team.
And I committed to myself that if I get through this, I have to create awareness and I have to give others hope.
We need to be able to fine-tune this therapy so that we know exactly what's going to happen with the patients, and we know exactly how to handle what can happen and stop it before it gets there.
As striking as it is already, this is just the beginning.
If you look at Laurie's first scan, her body looked like a Christmas tree. There was cancer absolutely everywhere. And then you compare it to only 1 month out, and there's nothing lighting up. It's completely blank. It's the most boring scan that you could look at.
And now, after almost dying last summer, it's all gone. It's all gone. It's all good. Every day is glorious to me. And so if I can raise money and create awareness and create a movement, because this is the cusp of something that's going to be transformative for cancer treatment, not only for blood cancers, but for solid tumor cancers.
While we've pioneered this treatment in the blood cancers, it's now being tested in any other cancer you can name.
I cannot think of a more drastic contrast of seeing Laurie intubated in the ICU and almost summiting Mount Everest, making it to base camp.
So my goal is to raise $250,000 to fund more immunotherapy research. After what I went through, to be strong enough to do that climb, that 14-day trek, to get to 18,000 feet up, I just think it's symbolically, and to pair it with this huge goal of my fundraising, I have to do something too. I have to prove myself. I fell once today, no, twice today, and improvement over yesterday's 5 falls.